Hello, Broncos fans. Buckle up because we're diving into what could be the spark that reignites Denver's rise to NFL prominence. There's a wave of optimism swirling around Mile High, fueled by three names that every fan should start to feel comfortable shouting from the stands. I'll tell you who they are in a moment, but first I want to hear from you. Do you agree that Bo Nix will help us make the playoffs next season? If so, hit the like button. If possible, comment something like, "Go Bo Nix." We want to make the playoffs and the Super Bowl. When I talk about the Super Bowl, many people are skeptical, but I believe with all my heart that this year it could become a reality. Fans will be able to shout the names of these three guys: Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, and Audric Estime. These aren't just names to watch. They're the future of this franchise, and the stage is set for an explosion the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. Let's talk about Bo Nix first. If ever there was a rookie season to look up to, Nix delivered. Coming into his first NFL season, Nix ranked 5th in third down efficiency and led the league in completion percentage over his last 9 games. That's not just promising, it's elite rookie territory. Only Jaden Daniels kept him from winning Rookie of the Year. And seriously, Nix has shown all the characteristics of a quarterback who thrives in Sean Payton's system. Quick decision-making, athleticism to extend plays outside the pocket, and an offensive command that has matured week after week. From what we've seen, Bo Nix isn't here to sit on the bench or be a backup. He's the man. With the 2025 draft approaching, the right decisions by the front office could catapult Nix into the top 10 quarterback conversations across the league. The tools are there. The trajectory? It's pointing upward. Now you can't talk about Nix without bringing in his college teammate, wide receiver Troy Franklin. The chemistry these two built at Oregon is real, and it's starting to translate to the NFL stage. Franklin saw more deep targets than any Broncos receiver not named Courtland Sutton. That means he's getting open downfield. He's winning at the line of scrimmage. The issue? The connection just hasn't clicked consistently yet. But here's the deal. The talent is obvious. Franklin has the ability to stretch the field, and if the Broncos can solidify their run game, the play-action opportunities that come with it are going to crack games wide open. Think vertical bombs, think chunk plays, think touchdowns. He's not Sutton, at least not yet, but he's not far off from overtaking guys like Marvin Mims and Devon Vell as the true WR2. What's holding him back isn't skill, it's circumstance. Change that, and Franklin could explode in 2025.
And speaking of changing circumstances, let's move to the backfield and talk Audric Estime. With Javonte Williams no longer in the picture, the door is wide open for someone to seize control of the ground game. Estime could be that guy. Out of Notre Dame, he brings a punishing running style that thrives after contact. Low center of gravity, tough to bring down, over 4 yards per carry and limited touches. The issues? Ball security, pass protection, and speed, or lack thereof. He fumbled twice last year and doesn't offer much in the passing game. But don't let that overshadow what he can do. He's a north-south bruiser who can keep defenses honest and grind out tough yards. With some improvement in blocking and a little more polish in camp, Estime could solidify himself as a core piece of the Broncos' offense. And if Denver grabs a speedier back in the draft to complement him, we might finally see this run game take shape in a way that opens up the entire playbook. So Broncos fans, here's the bottom line. The pieces are there. Bo Nix looks poised to leap past the dreaded sophomore slump and into national recognition. Troy Franklin is one big game away from announcing himself as a breakout star. And Audric Estime is the kind of back who, if things click, could become a fan favorite with his physical, relentless running style. All three have the potential to change the narrative in Denver. But we want to know, who's your pick? Which one of these rising stars is going to make the biggest leap in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation going. Broncos country, this might just be the year we turn the corner. And here's the thing, when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, these breakout candidates don't exist in a vacuum. Their success is intertwined with how the Denver Broncos as a team evolve in 2025. It's about scheme, play calling, offensive line performance, and yes, the front office making the right calls during the draft and free agency. Because for Bo Nix to flourish, he needs protection. He needs time in the pocket. He needs more than just Courtland Sutton as a consistent weapon. You bring in another weapon or two, draft a dynamic playmaker, maybe even grab a tight end who can stretch the field. That's how you build a juggernaut offense around a young quarterback who's already showing signs of greatness. Troy Franklin's leap also hinges on this offensive ecosystem getting better. You saw flashes in 2024. He was getting open, finding space, but the execution just wasn't quite there. Sometimes it was timing. Sometimes it was coverage. But a better offensive line gives Knicks more time to deliver those deep shots. A more effective run game pulls defenders into the box. All of a sudden, Franklin has the space and the opportunity to turn those near misses into game-changing plays. He's not just a burner. He's a technician at the line of scrimmage, and that's a skill you can't teach. If he and Knicks recapture even a portion of that Oregon magic, defenses across the AFC better be ready. Now let's zero back in on Audric Estime for a minute, because his role could be the silent catalyst for everything else clicking. The Broncos' run game last year was, frankly, unacceptable for a team trying to support a rookie quarterback. No one cracked even 600 yards. Defenses didn't fear the run, and that shrunk the field for Knicks. But Estime brings something different. He brings attitude. He brings grit. His ability to push for extra yards after contact could mean the difference between a stalled drive and a red zone opportunity. And yes, he's got to clean up the fumbling. Yes, he has to learn how to pick up blitzes like a pro. But if he can stay on the field, contribute 500 to 700 yards as a complement to a rookie speed back, suddenly, you've got balance. And balance is what wins games in this league. You think about the modern NFL and how hard it is to find a trio of young players that can grow together, learn together, and build something sustainable. Denver might just have that with Knicks, Franklin, and Estime. And it's not just about numbers on a stat sheet. It's about how these players fit into the identity of the team Sean Payton is trying to build. Payton has always been a mastermind at putting his players in positions to succeed. If he trusts Estime and pass pro, he'll find ways to use him creatively. If he sees that Franklin and Knicks are clicking, he'll scheme up routes and formations that get the ball into Franklin's hands in space. And if Bo Nix proves he's more than just a steady hand, if he becomes that leader, that field general, we're talking about a franchise turning the corner in real time. This is the kind of season where legacies start to form. You don't get too many windows like this: a young QB with confidence, a wideout with chemistry, a back hungry to prove himself. The AFC West isn't a walk in the park. We know that. But with the right moves and continued development, the Broncos are setting themselves up to be more than just competitive. They're setting themselves up to matter again. And it starts with this core. So let's open it up. Broncos country. You've heard the case for Bo Nix, the quarterback with all the tools and the moxie to lead. You've seen the flashes from Troy Franklin, a receiver just waiting for the dam to break. You've got the bruising potential of Audric Estime, a back who could bring the physicality Denver desperately needs. Now it's your turn. Who's your pick? Who do you believe in? Who's going to light up the stat sheet, silence the doubters, and help put the Broncos back on the map in 2025? And let's not overlook the emotional fire that fuels this trio, because beyond the stats, beyond the tape, what's happening in Denver is about grit, redemption, and proving something to the football world. Bo Nix entered the league with a target on his back. Critics called him a college system guy, questioned if his poise would hold up against NFL speed, if the arm talent would translate. What did he do? He closed out the season as one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league.